Hello, this is Mike Steckline, partner with the Institute for Enterprise Excellence, with a brief video to describe some things we're going to be discussing at an upcoming webinar, Friday, June 14th at noon Central Time. And I'm just going to go through some slides here quickly to help you understand what we're going to be talking about. So we have a series of white papers that we've been writing and putting out for use by people who want to understand a principle-based approach for cultural transformation. If you go to our website and click on that link, Foundations, you can find links to the latest white papers. Another way to find them is to go to the Publications tab, and you'll see links to the white papers. And what I'd like to do is just describe briefly how these white papers are connected and the evolution of the thinking of writing them. So it starts with this basic white paper on the foundations approach, looking at some of our models to think about a sustained cultural transformation for an organization. That led to the application of that same framework to how this applies in education, and with the help of leaders at the Kimberly Area School District near Appleton, Wisconsin. We've published that white paper, some unique attributes related to the application in education. We stepped back a bit and looked at an understanding of what this is all about and how different this approach to management is from the prevailing style of management in a white paper that we've called Evolving Worldview. And that led to a white paper that describes the different types of knowledge that's needed to solve different types of problems. And it really helps to address one of the mindsets that we notice organizations get into, which is the flavor of the month approach. And this paper provides one explanation of why the search for tools and the flavor of the month approach is a common trap that managers find themselves in. There's a lot of people that ask about, so when you understand this, how do you deploy it? And we would describe one approach to pursue what I would call a cultural-based, principle-based approach to cultural transformation in an organization, just one approach. And as people understand that, there's a realization that to really make this happen, it requires a deeper understanding of the principles of enterprise excellence. So we divided these into 3 white papers to help dig deeper into principles for alignment, principles for enabling, principles of improvement. That then led to discussions by people in organizations, because realizing systems and understanding how do you design and adjust systems is an important knowledge and skills that's needed. There's a paper we wrote on, we call it Systems by Design, looking at one approach to guide the adjustment of systems in an organization, which led to a paper about a clarity around true north and what we call true north, which is more than just looking at measures. It has to do with connection to purpose and the ideal behaviors that come from an understanding of the principles and how that is all connected, which then led to an understanding about how to look at the organization, taking the prevailing view of an organization, an org chart, pyramid view, turning it counterclockwise 90 degrees, and what that might mean, which then led to basically the development of 3 interrelated white papers. This first one, The Pracademic's Guide to Strategy Deployment, that has a lot of information distilled down into 10 top lessons that people, including ourselves, but others have learned about what it means to have a good strategy deployment system. And that is connected to another system that's important, the Managing for Daily Improvement system. And then what does it mean for the Leader Standard Work and Leader Standard Work system? So that's just a systems view showing the connections with the white papers. If you go to any of those bit.ly links and want to look at any of the white papers, you can find them that way. There are some other white papers that you'll find on our website. Looking at the publications page again, there's a white paper on performance evaluation. How is this still a thing? Which was a draft of a submission for a Deming research seminar. There is a white paper on understanding and misunderstanding variation in healthcare, but it can be applied to other industries. There's a white paper on understanding and application, Dr. Deming's system of profound knowledge in healthcare. Both of those were presented at international Deming research seminars. And then a paper that you might find of interest, especially in education, what do grades mean? And some reflections on Dr. Deming's red bead factory and what it means for grading in schools. So again, hope you'll be able to join us. The webinar is on Friday, June 14th at 12 noon Central Time. And if you want more information about that, you can go to the bit.ly link that you see on this slide.